Hello, I guess we're continuing reading. Welcome back to the channel. Imamako Zatu Komakaza, and this will be a general read. Okay, what we got going on here? Okay, what do we got going on? So just be a general. We'll kind of catch like where you left off, or a place where like you energetically left off, and then building and continuing from there. So first card, we have Six of Swords. So we're coming from like we're coming into a time of like peace or rest, in other words. We're coming to a point where we actually have a chance to kind of think and strategize and do things. We're leaving very unsure, up and down, like problems and issues. We're leaving those issues behind. We're coming to like a newer, calmer thing. It's uncharted territory, so not quite know what to expect, but it's better than where you've been at. Okay. Next, we have the Nine of Wands. Yeah. So this is coming from something that like was very, very taxing on you. It took a lot of energy, a lot of effort. You put in a lot of energy and a lot of effort, okay, in this already. And this is like one last gusto to go before like it finishes out. All right. Five of Wands, yeah. There could be a lot of like people and fights and things around this action or this movement that are trying to hold you back or get you caught up into here. So you're probably doing something that's like for your greatest good, in other words. Queen of Wands, possible like leveling up in just whom you are. There's a lot of fire energy going on here. Could be dealing with a lot of fire signs, but Queen of Wands, she's very inside of. She's very eager and driven to succeed and implement and put things into motion, and like she just has all these ideas and like about this thing that she's very strongly passionate about, or that she's really good at, that she's on the verge of perfecting. So um, this could be you in this particular endeavor. This thing that you're like really passionate about could just be a newer level of self discovery. I get with the Queen of Wands a lot with like a self empowerment, a self level up type of thing. Okay. Just because she represents being so radiant, so magnetic, where people just flock to her and attract to her as sexy, cute, charming, intelligent, just all the things. This could be where you're heading to. This could be a person. Okay. Next, we have the Nine of Cups. So yeah, some sort of wish fulfillment. This is something that like you've like been praying on and hoping for like quite some time. Again, Nine of Wands, Nine of Cups, 99. It's a lot of work, a lot of effort and stuff into here, a lot of emotions and feeling good and feeling down, tears shed over this aspect and stuff as well, even. Okay. But we're going towards something that's like fulfilling. We have the Five of Pentacles. Okay. So, um, when we were like going through all the motions, we could have felt very unappreciated, very left out, very unimportant. Okay. I feel like we're moving away from this though. Yeah, something happened. Um, God came in and like really shook things up. He said like it's enough of that. You're not gonna keep treating you or this thing or this person this particular way. It's time to change things. So then this destruction of like this old life, this old way of this person, this Queen of Wands that you're like dealing with, like literally whole type of life crumbles down, which is why them being forced to move into calmer waters, which then forces them to like admit like defeat or like have some sort of acceptance. Okay. Like, yeah, no, this is what I have to do. I'm done like fighting over this and stuff like that. I want to be free and light and happy and everything. I want my wish fulfillment. What's going to fulfill me? I'm tired of feeling left out and alone and things and stuff like that. Please, someone, something, God, help me out. And then boom, comes in here, things get shooken up, foundation gets crumbled. The only thing that's going to survive is things that were built the correct way. Could be with the Scorpio card, death, transformation, or this could just be everything. Maybe you didn't have anything around you that was built solid, so like you literally had like a full, complete, whole like death of everything of your existence, your life, what you know, come to an end. Um, and this newer type of beginning coming a long way. Divine timing, temperance card with the Ten of Swords. So despite this crazy shift and everything like that, could be done with a fire sign, Sagittarius for sure. So it's like something happens very like big, drastic, or that like very impactful comes in here, boom, forces complete death and change of everything. Now we're stuck in this like uh we're stuck in this like neutral frequency where we're kind of just like a life support kind of thing. Like you're hooked up to machines and stuff, so you're breathing, you're alive, but like there's like nothing going on. Like that's what I'm getting with this. Why? Because again, you have the Tower with the Death card, then you have Temperance with the Ten of Swords. Okay, so it's definitely not something like pleasant. Ten of Swords, very painful, hurtful ending, like distraught. I mean, like completely just like annihilated with like your emotions, your self worth, how you feel, and everything, all the stuff like that. This old shell of you completely coming to an end. But we're transforming and becoming something more lighter, more bright, more vibrant, more fun. We've learned, or we will learn, how to then take energies and like transmute them into something beneficial. You get this person or this kid or something that's given a whole lot of like negative or down or sad, depressive energy. You're now, or you're being taught or learning in this transformation that you're going through. Could be a spiritual transformation as well, because the Five of Pentacles get like spiritual vibes. Um, but you'll be learning how to then take these negative aspects and then turn them into a positive aspect. Um, this then kind of brings some sort of like ending, and like you understand the other side of the ending. Maybe you didn't quite end things with people or situations because you were like kind of trying to consider how that may affect them. Maybe they could be suicidal or things and stuff like that. So it's like you're like you would hold back and like be like hurting yourself, but like you've reached your limit. Like you can't do it anymore with the Nine of Wands. You've reached your capacity, so you can't even just like take it on the chin and deal with it. It takes over you. Um, and then this ending happens. But before this ending happens, you kind of get put into the other side of the situation. So you know how it would feel with that ending and things and stuff like that for you, which then helps you learn and grow and transform on how to transmute that to positive. So then it gives you now this courage or newfound um, ambition to implement this change towards this person that maybe you held back from, that was like hurting you. So like now you finally have like the balls or the ovaries to say like, no, you know what, I'm done with you. If you want to go and do all that stuff right there, that's a you problem. I'm done with it. That's up to you. I'm going and doing what's like best for me. Yeah, which is going to lead to a little jealousy, heartache, but it's not the outcome. So like you're getting, it's like you get who you're ending it with gets like the short end of the stick, and for you, you only kind of get Three of Swords. They're gonna get the 10. You're gonna get the three. So like it's like a win-win for you in a way. You get to crumble of this old energy that's always was draining from you and making you feel left out and not worthy enough. Okay, you get to avoid this constant fighting, confrontation, arguing every fucking like week. You know what I mean? 5 days, 5 of once. You no longer have to deal with that, so that's lighter. Um, You surrender to all the extra heavy stuff and just focus on what you can, like acceptance. This helps you move into like calmer waters and feeling more better about your decisions and action. This then leads to a wish fulfillment. Okay, in this wish fulfillment, you now have this new energy, or your spark within you kind of gets fed, so it lights up more. So now you're kind of like, or you'll have the opportunity to level up from this. Okay. Um, and yeah, King of Cups, master of your emotions. So this could be just like you in general. Maybe your emotions were kind of out of whack and stuff like that, but because the situation, how this stuff happened, divine spirit coming in, breaking things up, this ending and new beginning coming here, you know, you got your little scars, but like you're good. You feel alive. You feel free flowing. Okay, with the temperance, you feel free flowing and able to like breathe once again, which like you haven't been able to do maybe in, again, like I said, quite some time. No. So that's what I have. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, walking away from things that are no longer serving you. Um, and just kind of getting back to like you in like your full power, which like maybe has been missing for quite some time. But this is what I have for you again. King of Cups at the bottom. This is a mastering of emotions, death of the old version, how you process emotions and feelings and things, and a starting of like the new. You'll be more lighter and free flowing when it comes to emotions. They won't feel as heavy and burdensome now because of this transformation that you like gone through here, due to some sort of separation, heartache, breakup, jealousy thing that went on here, possibly with a fire sign or someone that's just very free flowing. In the result of this, again, you become more balanced and temperance. You get to end something that no longer serves you, and um, you get a lesser of a wound than it would be if you were to like stick in the situation, because then that would be like a more catastrophic ending. But yeah, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped. I'll catch you next time.